All right, everyone, here we go with Jupiter retrograde. It's working and interacting with Venus moving direct, as I wrote about in my monthly overview at sltblog.com, which I encourage everybody to read. It's funny, I reread it this morning, and a lot of it is coming true. A lot of that sort of thing, misunderstandings, all that kind of stuff, people misinterpreting things I say, which is just par for the course for me. I'm always the same. I'm pretty consistent. But it's a good read. It's important you understand this month, and it's important you understand this energy. This is an important Jupiter retrograde, but it's very different from the usual Jupiter retrograde. Usually Jupiter retrograde, yep, and this one has it too. It's a good time to reflect on your beliefs and your inner values, and you can still get things. Things still happen. They just happen slowly, and sometimes it's better because you had more time to plan and think and all of that stuff and really get your beliefs straight. All of that is in play. Abso-fucking-lutely, or as I like to say, abso-smurfly. But this one here, because of the surrounding energies, has an antsiness to it, where people might say inappropriate things at the wrong time. And that antsiness reflects here as anxiety in my pre-shuffle, and I'll show it to you. It's because of the nature of the energy of this Jupiter retrograde and the surrounding core energies, not even astrological alignments, because they're very light. The major alignments are very light here in September. There's a lot of open space. But because of the interaction with the surrounding core energy, it lacks a bit of temperance. So there's an impatience here, I guess is the word I'm looking for. And that I'm pulling on the runner, I'm pulling on the incoming energy. Now, you guys know about it, so I'm not worried about that with all of you. You're consciously aware because I've told you. But on the runner side, they're not aware of that. And there's a lot of impatience and antsiness and anxiety around things. Because also within this Jupiter retrograde, you'll be able to feel the change happening. Like what I talked about in yesterday's, both the thank you reading and the weather update, the energetic weather update. There, you'll feel that. There's an anticipation there too. But because of this Jupiter retrograde, these runners are getting a little antsy. So let's talk about it. This is an all signs reading. It doesn't matter what your sign is. It's straight up energy reading. It's a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you, but if the title brought you in here or you found Steve's Love Tarot, you're here for a reason. All right? This reading is timeless. You're all moving at different speeds on your timeline. Let me kick a fan on here. Here we go. Pre-shuffle. I asked the universe, give me the soulmate cycle with the influence of Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. This particular Jupiter retrograde in Taurus, and I think a lot of the astrology sites, I bet, are going to miss this because they don't worry about core energy. They mostly worry about the alignments and how the alignments are interacting with other alignments. That's why you want your energy. You want to always have an energy person on hand to kind of help out a little bit, because this one's a little weird. 9 swords, anxiety, right? Impatience, a little of that. We'll talk about that in a moment. It's just the surface energy. Crossed by the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this is not you. Normally, I'd say this is you and all that. They may have some anxiety about you. Like it may feel like nothing's happening. But this card here is representing the waiting aspect of the sitting still aspect of the Queen of Pentacles. Now, normally, this energy is fine to do this. It's perfectly fine. And this is kind of what's happening right now. This is what it feels like. Jupiter's gone retrograde, chance to reflect and inward. Right? But there's an anxiety about that. There's an impatience because you could feel that 9 of Cups coming. You could feel that 10 of Pentacles. There's something new waiting to happen, new adventures, all that stuff. And it's all creating a lot of friction. So you can see the heat right there. This 2 of Pentacles is representing frustration. It always reflects this heat. Think about yourself on a hot day. It's 100 degrees outside. Somebody says something to you. You take it the wrong way and snap at them because you're hot, you're sweaty, you're sticky. Right? Frustration is heat, and that's why it bothers us, right? It makes us hot under the collar, if you will, we sometimes say. And underneath that is temperance, but temperance is bookending the 9 of Swords. There's a lack of temperance here on the runner side. I can't wait anymore. There's an impatience here that goes off the charts. You can see the heat right there. Somebody wants something to happen. It seems like it's hard to make something happen, but it's all of that. So that's just the surface energy, and that's how it's affecting them. There's a picture, right? So take it how it resonates with you. There's your picture. So Male or female, doesn't matter. All right, let's shuffle the deck. Let's go. Let's do it. His first card out is Before the Cut. It's Why the Fuck Are We Here? So why the fuck are we here? Well, I know why I'm here. I've just had breakfast and this is what I do. So I'm actually looking forward to this Jupiter retrograde because there's a lot more energies coming into play. And I think there's a strong chance for communication for some of you who even meeting new people. There's a very strong chance of it. This is a very unique Jupiter retrograde. I kind of chuckle at the impatience that this is creating on their side because they want to do something, right? It can feel like they want to do something. Let's see. This card Before the Cut is Why the Fuck Are We Here? So why the fuck are we here? Magician. Yeah, they want to do something. It's a card of transformation. It's actually a quick change energy. It's a quick change energy that can't happen though. It's like in a glass bubble, right? You know those snow globes where you shake it up and it's all inside the globe? It's like that, right? It's a bit of that energy here. Yeah, you can feel the transformation. Something, you know. And I suspect if somebody's impatient, we talked about this in the overview for September. Somebody just coming in, Queen of Cups level love and spilling the cup all over you. I mean, it's like that. Somebody could just show up out of nowhere. I got to do something. Fuck it. Like that. Yeah, sure. No doubt. No doubt. All right. What comes after the Magician? Seven of Wands. Yeah, there's a lot of friction here. There's a lot of resistance. This is that stand up and fight. Somebody might just, we're here because somebody is likely to come in under a very frustrated energy, right? And they might say some stupid shit, but it's all backed by a lot of love, a lot of feelings, a lot of passion, right? And a lot of admiration for you as well, because your energy is attached to that Queen of Pentacles, and you are just sitting there. You're not chasing, because you know better. You've raised your vibration, right? You don't want to, somebody asked me, it's probably a new person, they ask, well, why can't I just call them and chase? Because their lesson on their side is to be vulnerable. And until they can be vulnerable, you don't want, they're of no use to you. You can't be in a relationship with somebody who's not vulnerable about how they feel, that's always running from their emotions and all of that. That's someone who's going to cheat on you. That's someone who's never really going to commit, you know, in some way. They have to, each side has karmic debt. On the DF side, it was mostly self-worth, right? If somebody runs, let them. They'll regret it. Let them regret it and come back to you. You don't go chasing after them and go, are you still not interested? Oh, that's not the Queen of Pentacles, and it sure as hell ain't the Empress. No, that's their karma. They need to learn it. Let's go. But you do what you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I don't care. Knock yourself out. You want to be in a relationship with a person who's afraid to be vulnerable? Well, knock yourself out. You're going to make some divorce lawyer very happy someday. I'm going to shuffle the deck right now. And make yourself miserable too. Why would you want to do that? That just shows a lack of self-worth. And that's not Empress. You want to be the Empress. Because the Empress, you get yourself on the higher vibrational levels, you start attracting the right people. Right? You'll be like, run or who? Let them worry about their side of the fence. You worry about yours. All right, let's go. Your side of the fence, the DF side, every time I pull on it, it's looking pretty good. All right, I'm shuffling right now. Give me the soulmate cycle. Universe, with the influence of Jupiter retrograde in Taurus. This is a very unique one, I tell you. All right, the overall, okay, that's it, I'm done. The overall energy of everything that's going to fall on the table is the Ace of Swords. Yeah, there's just, you know, Jupiter retrograde always has us looking at our inner beliefs and re-examining who we are and things like that. Somebody's really doing it. This is it's kind of an epiphany type energy where it starts inside and then it radiates out. What's fueling that? Yeah, the Ace of Wands. Yeah, we've seen that combination before. It's a powerful combination. Somebody here realizes the truth. There's a frustration in between, and bam, that kind of energy here. You could feel the new beginnings with all of this. This is going to be a nice Jupiter retrograde. Our reading's on the flip. Right here's the energy around your connection. Right here's how your person's behaving in the 3D. Right here's their soul. Right here's the hidden energy message from the universe. Red with the energy of your connection. Right here's the potential final outcome. I say potential because I cannot predict free will. Nobody can. Nobody. I will clarify everything and throw some universe cards at the end, and you bet your sweet asses, and I know they are, there's going to be a link for an extended in the description because I'm curious about this energy. I'm going to probe deep here. This is a bigger reading than Venus direct in Leo, but it pairs with that reading. Okay? I'll put it that way. All right. Well, let's go. It's a much bigger end. Well, Jupiter, Jupiter keeps things stable. It's not just it protects the Earth, for example, from all kinds of debris that comes in. Without Jupiter in place, Saturn keeps Jupiter in place. They work together. Jupiter stays in place. All the other planets stay in place. They don't drift. It prevents what's called planetary drift. Without Jupiter, aside from the fact all kinds of debris would be hitting us, the Earth would change its orbit. It would move around. It would either get closer to the sun sometimes, then further away. We'd go from being a snowball to hotter than hell, right? And life wouldn't have time to evolve. Certainly not to the point where we got YouTube and stuff like that. So keep that, what I just described to you, in mind as to what Jupiter is doing here when it goes retrograde. It's kind of giving you sort of a rest and a chance within a safe zone to reflect on yourself. Right? It's a safe zone. Everything's good. All is well. The problem is the surrounding energies are removing kind of the temperance thing. So we get that antsiness in there. You know about it, so you'll be able to stop it. Apply, just be that Queen of Pentacles energy. Right here, the energy around your connection. King of Cups. Somebody coming to tell you how they feel. And they're itching to. Somebody's holding on to a lot of love here. And that love is closing in on him. You can see he's running out of time. Okay. I like that. I do. I mean, I have nothing more to say. This is my card that represents their fear of vulnerability, and we just got done talking about it. Somebody here is itching to tell you how they feel. Itching to try again, a new beginning. I got double aces here in the overall energy. How are they behaving in the 3D? 9 of Wands. Resistance is thin. This is my tired energy. Tired. It's tired. It's persistence. This energy, these feelings they have for you have been gnawing at them. It's like the way water erodes rock. It just keeps hitting it over years and years and years and erodes it away, right? That's what's been happening. The water's been just slapping against this person for a long time, these emotions. The wall is very thin. You can see the sun creeping through, all right? The soul. Bookends the King of Cups. 2 of Wands. Yep. Somebody's itching to tell you how they feel, and the soul is like, let's go. There's a lot of passion here. There's a lot of, you can see the horizon, but he's still stuck here, right? There's that feeling of being stuck. It's an illusion. It's not real. They're not really stuck. There's no reason for this frustration. They just need to slow down a little bit, right? Like an overexcited child, for God's sake. But yeah, somebody's itching to tell you how they feel. Definitely understanding it. Definitely tired of the waves hitting the rocks and wearing away their little island, right? Their little safety zone, their comfy blankie, if you will, of security, whatever it is, where they can hide and not be vulnerable. What's the universe want to tell us? It's red with the King of Cups. Yeah, see? Running out of time. Running out of time, the Tower. I think I could interpret this energy on level 2 for you. Energy is always in layers. So the B side, layer 2 of this energy, is somebody shows up out of, this is the Shazam energy, as I call it in my head, is somebody shows up out of nowhere to tell you how they feel. Somebody here, this water is closing in fast, all right? Running out of wall, definitely feeling, it's just this impatience. So I think when they show up, if they show up, or even if they don't and they're just on their side, they're going to blurt out all kinds of things. Like if they don't come talk to you, if your runner is one of the ones who doesn't show up because you're like, Steve, they're never showing up, I just watch you because whatever, right? Okay, fine. But you're still connected to this person and they're still feeling all this shit. On their side, if they don't show up your way, they're going to blurt something out and say all kinds of stupid shit, probably talk about you. If they're married to somebody and they're not coming towards you, they'll probably tell that person, well, I'd rather be with the Empress, say something stupid. Words that come out of their mouth will be regretted the second they come out. While they're coming out, they'll go, why am I saying this? Oh my God, did I just say that? Right? Like that. Okay. That's what the Tower's talking about here, primarily. Potential final outcome. Red with the 9 of Wands. 5 Cups. It is communication in this context here in my reading, and this is my reading. It's one of the cards that ends the separation phase of the soulmate cycle. It's exactly what I talked about. Look at this person. You got the 3 cups down and the 2 cups still standing. I said, It's wearing thin. The water eroding the rocks. It keeps hitting it. The emotions they keep feeling for you. It's worn them down. Can't take it anymore kind of energy here. Can't take it anymore. There's a lot of shame, regret, sadness here. This should result in communication, especially with double aces as our overall energy. Now, I'm going to clarify with the little animal deck. All right? So let's do it. Let's go. Why is the King of Cups here? Oh, there was a hanged man randomly at the bottom, by the way. That means something to you. Yeah, I think somebody does have a new perspective. I think there's a lot of truths coming in. Jupiter retrograde will do that. It'll bring those truths for you to look at. However, normally there's a lot of temperance within the energy. Not this time. So you'll have to inject it. You'll have to remind yourself. If you start getting frustrated or antsy, you'll have to remind yourself of what I've been telling you. Okay? They don't have anybody to remind them. So they're just going to go back. The ones that do show up, they're going to tell you stuff you never thought you'd hear. So, and they might put their foot in their mouth a few times. That's possible. You're all dealing with a different person. At least I fucking hope so. All right. It's going to get awkward. King of Cups. King of Cups. Why is it here? Okay. All right. Yeah, it's crossed by the Six of Swords. It's like a pressure valve that's about to release kind of a thing. This is about moving on. This person's been arguing with themselves for a long time about how they feel, but they feel safe while they're on the rocks here in their little world, we'll call it. Their little world is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. That wall is getting thinner and thinner. All right? What's on top? Look at that. The Tower is red with the King of Cups. Why is the King of Cups here? The Tower. This is just the environmental energy. Why it's here is this card. It's a Tower. So it all ties back to what I've already told you about that Tower. Now, we get a little extra on the Tower. Why is the Tower here? Ace of Swords. Our overall energy. The Ace of Swords. Well, I love it. When the overall energy blends perfectly, which this obviously does, with the energy of the connection, we've got a completed circuit, I call it. We've got somebody here knows damn well what they have to do, and they're probably going to do it rather suddenly. And again, remember what I said. They're going to put their foot in their mouth a few times. They're going to outburst. It's just the way it is. And if they don't come towards you, they're going to do this on their side. We don't control this. This is happening whether they come towards you or not. So whatever, you know. I mean, they could say something crazy, stupid. If they're married to somebody, they could say, I'd rather be banging the Empress. Well, you don't like them. It could be a whole argument about you, which might, down the road, bring them to you. You know, who knows? If your person's one of the ones who doesn't show up. A lot of them are just showing up here. I will tell you, between now and the 10-10 portal, it wouldn't surprise me. Nine of Wands. Why is it here? In particular, the 10-10 portal this year, which is going to be a very interesting read. I'm going to need definitely to fuel up on bacon for that one. Nine of Wands. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Wall getting thin. Very thin. Tired energy. When I look at that card, when I feel the energy off of that card, I want to go take a nap. In my mind's eye, it's water eroding away a cliff, right? Just hitting the rocks over years and years and time. Just, can't take it anymore. Why is that? I see that here too. Why is the Nine of Wands? Okay, all right, we done. Oh yeah, the Four of Swords. Whoop, hold on. Right, it's crickets chirping. It is a cricket's chirping energy. It's not about the third eye with the little lamb with the third eyelid. It's not a healing energy. It's not shutting down the brain and acting upon the soul energy, giving the brain a rest. It's not. It's just a void. The environmental energy around it is, oh shit, what do I do now? Okay, I'm going to have to do that. That's why we have all these towers here. They're going to have to do something. And there's frustration here within it. All right, it's tired of doing nothing. It's somebody who's tired of doing nothing about all this water that keeps slapping them, right? All those feelings. What's on top? King of Cups. And I just pointed to it right before I pulled that. I didn't know that was there. King of Cups. It all ties. This whole reading is basically, it's like I took a welding torch and welded the whole reading together. It's all just one big card. Okay? That's basically what's happening here. Yeah. They're tired of it's everything I've already said. Why don't we get more info on the King of Cups? Why is the King of Cups here? If the universe had another tower to throw me, it probably would. But it has. Oh my God. I was just about to say, but it'll probably throw a star. Oh, you got to be kidding me. It's a fucking star. The star implies a tower has happened. right? You get the star after the tower. These are the star and the tower, you can do that with, and you can also do it with judgment and the world, right? If you got the world card, it implies someone got past judgment. If you get the star card, it implies they get past the tower. A tower has happened. Yeah. Why is someone coming? They can't take it anymore. They're coming to tell you how they feel because this card points back to the tower. I could say something hocus pocusy if you want. Get all rainbow unicorn on you and say, because it's destiny, right? Well, maybe. But really, it's just somebody here. There's a lot of frustration here. Somebody it's supposed to happen. It has to happen. They can't take it anymore. That's unreal. That's fucking mind-blowing, all right? And this is something they've been holding on to a while. And by the way, probably at night without realizing it. I'm just going to say this. It doesn't have to be at night. It could be during the day too. But probably at night while they're sleeping without realizing it, manifesting, telling you how they feel. I bet you guys have had conversations plenty of times up there on the astral plane, as the kids like to say. Okay, let's talk about this Two of Wands. Now, this energy flows from here to here. All right? But he feels stuck to me. And now that's an illusion. That's an illusion. It's just because this particular Jupiter retrograde lacks temperance energy. That's all. So you feel, yeah, like a little kid in the back seat on the way to Disneyland that keeps saying, "Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet?" Right? And it's that kind of energy here. He feels stuck there to me. What's going on with the Two of Wands? It's all an illusion, but that's fine. This is why we have explosive energy over here. All tied together. All tied to Ace of Swords, King of Cups, Star and the Tower are tied together, the Tower and the Tower are tied together. This is our wild card here. This is easy, this is easy. This, I want to know. What's going on here? Two of Wands. What we got? And why do I have that creepy song, you got the whole world in his hand? I don't know. God. Alright. Alright, let's go. Come on. Two of Wands. Oh, God, I love it. I love tarot sometimes. It just gets it so right. It's the Four of Cups. Oh, God. It's a... How do I phrase this? This card is... God, there's no way to phrase this where it's not going to get misinterpreted. So I'm gonna back it off a little bit and just say it's like the apathy aspect of someone is really realizing that they fucked up. Okay, and I already said that. How do I explain this in psychology? Let me think here for a minute. Okay, people, as a principle in psychology, people project. Okay, so in other words, let's say you're a really honest person. As someone, I'll give you a 3D example. You're a really honest person, but someone you run into just thinks you're lying. They just think you're a big fat fucking liar. Big liar, right? You're a liar, right? Like that. It's not you, it's them. They're projecting. They're projecting the fact that they're a liar, and 9 times out of 10 they probably are. They themselves are the liar, so they just assume that everyone is like them. It's an aspect of narcissism a little bit. Okay, somebody here is that person who figured out that they're the liar. All right, it's a bit of that. Somebody rejected something that they should have taken. I suppose I could phrase it that way, but it's deeper than that. It's much deeper. That's why this card perplexed me a little bit when it hit the soul position. It's much deeper. I got a neighbor like that. That guy I tell you about that puts garbage on my car because he thinks I'm the one littering in the neighborhood. He's convinced of it. He says, I tell him I'm not. He says you're a liar and all that kind of stuff. If we take a look at the person, and we can in this case, you can see that psychology principle play out. About a year ago, his car wouldn't get through California emissions. So he took a sticker, painted it orange, which was the color for the year, wrote 2023 on it, and stuck a fake sticker on his car. Something I would never do. It's completely illegal. It's tampering. It can get you put in jail. But that's what he did. That was his solution rather than having the car fixed. So that is a person who is a liar. That is, anybody who would do that goes beyond just being a liar. And he's obviously a narcissist. So again, I don't take offense when he calls me a liar about the garbage, because I feel sorry for the guy, really. To be honest, he's kind of sad. Well, somebody here is feeling sorry and sad for themselves. And they're just staring staring at the things in the horizon here with the whole world in their hand. It's much deeper than they want something they rejected. I'm trying to make that clear. It's someone who really realizes why they reject things, okay? And how they really fucked up here. What's on top? Ten of Pentacles. Yep. He look out here and he see you. A lot of times people, this is a person who kind of resents themselves right now. But in the case, they also in the beginning resented you. And what happens is with that is sometimes we see ourselves in other people, and obviously you did that for them. They saw what they could be, what they could have, and rather than make changes and have to look at themselves and fix it, they did nothing. You know, again, more of that void energy from the Four of Swords over here in the 3D, which is getting thin for them. And it's getting thin, we find out now, because they've realized why they do all this. They realize, oh shit, I'm the asshole. Okay. Now they're looking out over here and they're seeing that Ten of Pentacles and really antsy because they don't feel like they can come get it. And it's kind of an illusion built into the energy a little bit. They don't feel like they can come get it. So there's a lot of frustration here, which is why we have so much explosive energy over here. All right? Why is the Ten of Pentacles here? Queen of Cups. Most love I can pull from the deck. Yep. Yeah, they're feeling everything. All of it. And that's that Queen of Cups. Same energy that we got in the overview reading, I think it was, where I said she come and she spilled the whole cup on you. Say, okay, again, it bookends directly. They're going to speak some truth in an explosive way. It bookends directly the Ace of Swords. They're going to speak some truth in an explosive way. All right? And our overall energy says the same thing. They're going to speak some truth in an explosive way. It says the same thing. It just says it a little better here. You know, it is what it is. You know. So again, that's your person. That's where they're at right now. Very rarely, by the way, in real life do people realize that they fucked up or ever admit anything like that. But just for you to take it forward with you, you know, feel sorry. People project. It's what they do. It's human nature, especially in our current societal energies. Blame shifting is like the norm kind of things. Never my fault. It's always someone else's, right? I can't be the devil. It's got to be you. Right? Like that. You know, that kind of thing. No. Why? Because if you were actually the angel, you'd never call someone the devil. You wouldn't, the angel wouldn't waste their damn time. Wouldn't, because you know that it's not going to change anybody's mind. It's not going to do anything until they actually have to see it for themselves. It's like me. I always say I won't help someone. I won't waste my breath if I pick up like an 8 swords energy off of them. Or especially if it's blended with devil energy, because I know anything I say is a waste of breath. They've got to want to be helped. They've got to see it figure it out for themselves. All I can do is point them in a direction. Right, that kind of thing. So, anyway, it is what it is. It's an interesting thing to keep in mind. Next time somebody calls you a liar or thinks you're the devil or something like that, it's them, not you. Because it just is. It's a principle of psychology for sure. It's been studied to death. There's so many papers on it. It's unreal. And my neighbor is a great example of proof of that. And your runner is too. Except your runner is one of the few here under this energy that's realized that they really fucked up. That, oh God, it was, you know, it was me. I'm pulling on the Tower and I'm shuffling. Let's do it. Why is the Tower here? Why is the Tower here? It's crossed by the Fool. Yep. I mean, I can't give you any guarantee that I can't predict free will. Okay? I can't tell you what a 3D person's going to do. I can tell you what they're feeling. I can tell you which way the energy is flowing. But I can't predict what they're going to do. Right? Somebody's coming towards you. So I'm just having said that, I'm going to say they show up out of fucking nowhere. And they want a new beginning. But I think that the truth that they're speaking, I think this is too much. It's what I told you in the overview reading. I think this is too much horsepower for them. I think it's too much horsepower. It's too much water all at once. I'm not sure that shell floats. Okay? And if they don't come towards you, the frustration between these two cards, right in here, frustration between these two cards, they'll probably say something stupid on their side and end up with the ability to come towards you anyway at the end of the day. They're going to have an explosive emotional moment one way or another. I keep getting Queen of Cups with this type of energy. It's just the way it is. What's on top? Six of Pentacles. Yep, somebody coming to give to this. Very surprising, I think, in a very surprising way. Why is the Six of Pentacles? Well, no. They're coming to give to this. Well, hold on. Why is the Six of Cups here? Before I open my mind. Yeah, the Six of Swords. It was the card that's crossing there. I needed another comparative energy. They're coming to give to this in a way, in their mind, they're thinking, I'm going to do this just how I'm comfortable. I'm going to speak, They think it's just going to be a regular conversation. Once this conversation gets going, it gets out of control. Okay? Their emotions become out of control. So, all bets are off here, but either way, somebody shows up wanting a new beginning. Or if they don't show up, they force a new beginning on their side by saying some shit they probably shouldn't have said and leaving themselves like this. Oh, okay. Well, at least the two cups are still there. So in either case, this is a rare reading in that whether your person shows up or not, they'll probably show up at some point, because they either talk themselves out of a relationship on their side by saying some shit that they probably shouldn't say, leaving themselves here with 3 cups down and 2 cups standing, or they just can't take it anymore and they come in and talk to you and blurt it all out. Okay? Keep that in mind. There's no temperance in this energy. You see a fucking temperance card anywhere? You won't. Yeah, we saw it in the pre-shuffle, but it was bookending the Nine of Swords just to talk about the fact that there's an impatience here. And when we're impatient, when we don't think about something, and we've been seeing a lot at someone approaching with an ill thought out plan, right? Especially if you've been watching the extendeds. That came up a couple of times, I think. Why is this Five of Cups here? Tell me about the Five of Cups. What's the final on this? What's the final on this? Let's go. Come on. It's crossed by the Hermit. Yep. That results in communication. It's just, again, it's an understanding. I'm just going to listen to my voice and look at the picture. I get it now. That's what she's saying. I get it now. Yeah. Yeah, they get it. But the problem is, they've gotten it before, but we don't usually have 2 towers on the table in key positions and a Queen of Cups with an Ace of Swords tied to a tower and 2 King of Cups that are about to explode, and not much holding them back, because this star almost guarantees that they show up, because the star happens after the tower, and this is read with your final outcome, which is communication, I'm sure. It's the Page of Swords right here, read with the King of Cups. Page of Swords. I took a peek at the top card. I just wanted to see. I couldn't wait. See, the impatience affects me too. I'm just going to pull it. Fuck it. 4 of Wands. Yep. It's new beginning, new path, new energy. Yep. Somebody here, again, disappoint. What did I say here? This is disappointment, right? Okay. And they can't find you anywhere else. I'm drawn to the stars. But the primary energy here is disappointment. What did I say? I said, oh, I get it now. Right? Somebody here has let themselves down in their life. That's what they're realizing here. That's what I'm talking about. It's a very rare energy. It's a very rare Jupiter retrograde. Why is it a rare energy? Because it's rare with societal energies right now for anyone in or out of the soulmate cycle to ever admit they got something wrong. We got a whole fucking society continuing down the wrong road, purely because it would mean admitting we got something wrong, and I don't want it. People don't do that. Narcissism energy is rampant everywhere. It's like a fucking virus. It's like a disease. And it's a really light devil energy too. It's super low vibration. It'd be easy to break it, But people just don't go on spiritual journeys anymore. Now, they don't have to. They got social media. They think they're informed. They think that, they follow influencers and worried about what other people are doing. Where's individuality? Where'd it go? It's gone. It's gone. Most people are cogs. They just follow some influencer and go and buy the stuff that they get to be like them. Nobody unique anymore. Even in music, I see it. Where are the great bands? Where is the innovation? It's gone. Everybody just wants to be like everybody else, and the record companies are fine with it because they make money off of the it is what it is. It's a problem in the energy. So this is rare. This is a runner within this cycle. These runners on the confines of the soulmate cycle have figured out that, oh, I'm the asshole. I get it now. Very disappointed, and that's why they show up. The star with the 4 of Wands is as close to a guarantee as I can fucking give you again. I'm telling you. And remember what I said, even if they don't show up, On their side, they're going to cause a setup that will allow them to, if they're going to make themselves single by opening their mouth. Or if it's a job keeping you apart, they're going to talk themselves, yell themselves, explode themselves right out of that job. Let's go back to the original deck and let's pull 3 cards from the bottom and a crossing card. These runners are kind of in that energy right now. This is the right energy for you two to come together. Although I will say, albeit a little bit explosive, filled with frustration and impatience. All right, I'm still shuffling here. Let's pull 3 cards from the bottom. But you won't see any comments from me on anything or on anyone else's channel or anything. I don't share opinions at all. That's why this channel is so out of the ordinary for me. My friends are still surprised. You're like, you're still there? I'm like, yeah, it's fun. I like it. It's all right. Yeah, it's cool. Right, the moon. Final message to you. The Queen of Swords, the Four of Swords, and most of the time I just crack jokes. I'm the fun guy, not the deep guy. Page of Pentacles crossed by the Queen of Swords. Crossing the Queen of Swords in the base energy here for a final message. Yeah, somebody's learned the truth. Learned what they've held back. Learned that when you do nothing, you get nothing. It's the Four of Swords. There's a lot of healing that has come to them. There is healing energy off of this Four of Swords. A lot of it. And I'm drawn to her yellow outfit, which shows some forward movement coming. Somebody wakey wakey. This is my card of the student. There's the truth. But a lot of this they have held back. We're going to pull on the moon, their soul position. We're going to pull on these towers. We're going to pull on everything and anything here, including what's going on their side if they don't come towards you, because I'm curious to see what happens. And I'll pull on you for Jupiter retrograde in the extended, and obviously do a pyramid and a timeline. It should be a pretty extended for sure. Probably one of the longer ones, I would imagine. All right, that is your reading. I hope it was helpful, right? If you like this reading, please like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate all the subscribers, everybody who shares, and everybody who watches. And hey, be you. Right? Don't worry about what somebody else wants. For God's sake, figure out what you like. And go for it. Somebody will always pick on you for it anyway. These runners are figuring that out, They liked you the whole time. I get that here with this Queen of Cups and the Soul. She's been there a while. All right. That's your reading. Good luck.